Going live on YouTube and Facebook. Good morning if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook. I'm just going to put my do not disturb on because my phone is pinging away. And we're going to go live on Instagram. Morning if you are joining on Instagram. Wednesday morning is always that little bit more focused on movement, but movement guided by the breath. And as always, we'll start off with just getting some mobilization through this, particularly through the spine, lower body. Then we'll do a little bit of balance and a little bit of strength. So taking your feet shoulder width apart, connect through to the ground. So soften and connect into the ground through the ankles, through the knees, and then lift and lengthen through the spine. Start moving from your center and then just let the arms swing. To get that movement through the ankles and the knees and the hips, you just have to soften into those areas. If you lock the knees out or if you tighten the ankles, then everything becomes a little bit over tight. So just soften into the ankles, into the knees, into the hips. Nice and long and lifted through the spine. Arm that swings across the front of the body. Just cup the hands and then we're just going to come into the shoulders. So you're just bringing that hand, just getting right into those big shoulder muscles. Have to drive that a little bit more from the center. Relaxing into the face, relaxing into the chest. Softening. Feels good. Back to center. So arm just tapping across the belly. And then slowing down, adding that little bit of resistance, water waves. And then stand for a moment, just bringing your feet hip width. Let's just open up from the shoulders. Balance. And then just step back out. You're going to do a bit of an arm swing, but the arm swing again is driven from the center. So as we move this center, rotate the center. If you notice, if I say take the center here, that hip comes forwards. As this hip comes forwards, you're just going to let that arm come forwards, and then the arm drops back, and then the opposite arm swings forward. So we're moving here. This is where all the movement starts, and then the arms follow, rather than I'm moving my arms. So move from the center. Just watch that you've got nothing behind you that you're going to whack your fingers on, because that really and then just build up that momentum, soften into the knees. You get that little bit of a bounce, soften into the ankles. Breathing easy. Feel how the spine rotates, how the shoulder blades move to the back. If you have, obviously, if you have any pain, then you just make the movement smaller if it's hurting, if you've got any problems with the shoulders, or if you want to drive a little bit more, make that movement a little bit bigger. Got a nice clunk and click through my knee then, in a good way. And slowing it down. Just bring your feet back. Shake the legs out if you need to, shake the arms out a little bit. Just stand again for a moment. You can either open up the shoulders, just let the arms stay by the side. Always nice just to take that moment in between, let the breath settle, see how the body feels. Then go a little bit wider, not too wide. Bring the arms up. Again, just make sure you've got nothing behind you where you're going to whack your fingers. Keep the shoulders down. Just let the arms drop and you get that little bounce at the bottom. Arms up and down. Add to this, as you're getting towards the top, just lifting that chest up a little bit. So you're just opening, looking up. So we get in that flexion and extension through the spine as well. Opening the throat. If you feel you want to take a fuller breath, take a nice breath in and let go. Bit of cleansing and clearing if you feel that feels good for you. Couple more. And take a rest. On that one, it's really good to feel that opening and extending. I always highlight this, but extending from the upper back here. So when I'm swinging, I'm going to slow it down. So I'm not going to do it in the rhythm. But when I'm coming up there, I'm not just leaning back like that. I'm coming up and then I'm opening here. So you get that opening through the throat, through the chest, and that upper back, and it feels really, should feel really nice rather than just leaning back. So don't want to put any compression on that lower back or too much compression on that lower back. Have a little shake out. Let's do some tigers. So we'll go normal hip width apart, a little bit of turn out of the feet, slowly down, slowly up. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose, just going to a comfortable depth, not going too far. Just a steady rhythm. And again, just keeping that intention of having chest slightly lifted, so I'm not tilting down here. So even though I'm tilting forwards, I'm still lifting top half of the chest. I'm keeping that face relaxed, chest soft. Do two more. Good. Come to stand. Again, if you need that little bit of a shake out, shaking the legs. And then we're going to come a little bit wider and we're going to go turn out. And this time, rather than hinging and sitting back, you're going to imagine you've got a little bit of a weight on your tailbone and you're just dropping down. So you'll feel that little bit of stretch there through the groin. So your knees are gliding over the center of the foot. Watch, we don't have any rocking in or out the knees. So just squeezing the glutes a little bit. And then we're going to add some movement through the arms. So as you come down, arms come down. As you come up, arms come up. And then we can start just to go that little bit quicker. Again, not straining anything, not forcing anything. And a good point that Tom made in our conversation before on Zoom is keep that face relaxed, keep the shoulders relaxed. So we don't need to bring tension up here. All the work, all the strength is going on lower down. Couple more. And then safely walk your feet back in. Have a little bit of a shake out. Stand and let the breath settle. Do a little bit of balance. So staying about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Just flying, so breathing in, breathing out. And finding your own rhythm. So just following your breath. But as we breathe in, I just want to roll or rock or move towards the ball of the foot a little bit. So heels maybe just edging off the ground a little bit. And then as you breathe out, you come back onto the heels. So as you breathe in, you're just edging forwards. Breathe out, edging back. It's like that lengthening and lifting. So you just, everything is lengthening a little bit, going towards the ball of the foot. And then everything's just softening down a little bit as you breathe out. Rocking towards the ball, rocking towards the heel. So you're moving that center forwards. Let's then go onto the ball of the foot and then back down onto the heel. So we're just going into raising the bubbling spring. So balance on the ball of the foot, relaxing the face, the shoulders. Like you're about to take off. Remember that trick to balancing is always don't just focus on the lower body. You've been lifted from the crown of the head. Just making sure as well that you're not grasping with the toes. So you feel the big toe planted but not curled up. And you can almost like spread the toes a little bit. I really need to spread my toes a little bit more on that right side. This is great because it stops you, if you're keeping that softness through the arms, through the chest, it stops us just tensing everything up here. Couple more. And rest. Have a little bit of a shake out. It's remembering as well that combination of strength and flexibility. A lot of the time we're doing stuff to stretch our calves and stretch our hamstrings, but we want to be also strengthening those areas as well. Let's do a little bit of a bounce now. So again, if you've got any ankle issues, if anything hurts, if there's any pain, you just stop. So we don't want to aggravate anything or hurt anything. So we're doing a little bit more dynamic. So come up onto the ball of the foot and just do a very gentle bounce. So I'll show you from the side. I'm not tapping. I'm not doing any tapping of the heels here. I'm lifting the heels and I'm just doing a little bit of a bounce. There. So you feel that freedom, you'll feel that movement through the chest, through the spine, through the fascia. Some mornings you're balanced, some mornings you're all over the place. If you've done a 6 o'clock with Australia before this, you might be a bit more all over the place. So just breathing. Shoulders relax. If you need to do a fuller breath, it's good. This really highlights when we start to hold tension up here, because if you can really let go, relax the face, relax the shoulders, relax into the chest, feel the breath in the chest, that softness of expansion in the chest, softness of expansion in the back as well, that upper back. And then take a rest and give the legs a little bit of a shake out. Let the breath settle. We're going to do the same, but we're going to just come off the ground a little bit. So again, just take this really easy because it's very dynamic. It's a bit more springy, but we want to get that same sense of that fascial energy. So creating that spring. So come on to the ball of the foot a little bit of a bounce, and then you adjust. And again, you're keeping relaxed here, relaxed in the face. Feel how the body absorbs that landing. Breathing easy. So imagine, it's almost like you're skipping. Imagine you're skipping. Another 10 seconds. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, shaking the legs out. Just standing, opening. It's quite nice to do that fuller breath in. Let that breath go. Feel a tingling through the calves, the legs. And then coming to, I'm going to show you side on. We're just going to step back into a lunge just to give our calves and our legs and our hips a little bit of a stretch. So you're going to stand tall. Let's stay on your left leg. So your left leg is stabilizing. You're just going to step back on your right leg, get the ball of the foot into the ground, and then just lower that back knee and then step forwards. And then the same thing the other side. So tall, stay on the right leg, step back, ball of the foot, lower the back knee, come up to standing. And then let's just do that alternately side by side. It doesn't have to be too deep. It doesn't have to be too forced. See if we can get a little bit further back. So roughly, you can keep your knee over the ankle. Doesn't matter if it comes forwards a little bit. The key is that you're lowering that back knee, and then you're using this leg at the front to step forward. So you're using that leg to drive forward. So just stepping back. And I'll just come front on now. So here we're doing a little bit of stretching, a little bit of strengthening, and use the upper body. You can go opposite arm, opposite leg. That will help. And also when we're stepping forwards, you're not just throwing yourself forwards. Really use this leg that you're coming off on to keep balance, supported, stable. And as you get into the rhythm, maybe you can go a little bit further back, a little bit lower, but no rush. Nice, steady rhythm. Think rhythm, 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 rhythm. And breathing, relaxing that upper body. Let's do a couple more. And take a rest. Shaking out your legs, shaking out your arms. Should feel nice again, just opening up the hips, getting a little bit of a stretch there, a little bit of a lengthening through that chain, and particularly if you're adding those opposite arms in as well. I feel we need to do a little bit of upper body. We've done a lot of lower body. So if you have a little bit of space on the floor, if you have a mat, that's great. Don't worry if you haven't. We're not going to go too much into the length of the mat. We're just going to go back to our tigers. So nice and steady again, no rush. And then I'm just going to move, turn to the side just so you can see, but you keep facing forwards. And no matter how low you go, you're just going to reach forwards with one hand, reach forwards with the other hand, shift forwards. You've got a little bit of weight over that upper body, and then you're going to push yourself back, step back, and then come up. It's a little bit more challenging if you just get to here, but you can still tip forwards, forwards, back, back. And the idea again is that you're not throwing yourself, you're not surviving a movement. You can stop at any point. I could stay there and I can bring myself back and I can step up. I'm not having to throw myself back. So we're just going step down, put as much weight as you want, so you can shift as much weight as you want forwards. I'll come back a bit there. Nice and slow. Again, I'm not pushing myself or throwing myself back, straining, I'm breathing easy. And you might want to play around, you might want to explore a little bit. So rather than just go down in front, it's maybe you can have a little explore to the side, come up and explore to the other side. Let's do 2 more. You might just want to put both hands down, shift the weight forwards. You might want to stay there a little bit. You might want to push back, you might want to stretch out and then come back up. So play around with it, have some fun with the movements. They're great to do outside, if it's safe to do outside, obviously. Get people giving you funny looks as you're crawling around the park, but hey. And then take a rest, have a little shake out. And oh God, that's gone quick. It's 8:30. Let's breathe in. And breathe out. Let's just do a couple of minutes, a couple of moments of bamboo in the wind just to finish that off because we've done quite a lot today. So bringing the feet together, resting on the lower dantian, on the lower abs, letting the elbows just settle into the body, tall through the spine. Breath in. Open your eyes, stepping out. A little bit of a brush down. Be curious, just play around with stuff. It's always good to get into a routine, a habit, similar type of movements, but play around with those movements as well. Make them be curious, make them intentional, have a purpose and a task with the movements. I'm having a little crawl around to find something or whatever. Just makes it a bit more interesting. The brain can connect to the body much easier when it knows why it's doing something. Brilliant. Sorry we've gone over a little bit of time there. Thanks for jumping in as always. I really appreciate your support in these sessions, and I will see you on Monday for the breathwork session. Have a great rest of the day. Have a good weekend and see you next week. Thank you. Bye.